Morning, bait makers. For a second time, because I actually started to record this video, and sorry, I got the degasser going right now. I started to record this video, and then my buddy Jason and his son come over to say hi. Jason wanted to show his son the bait making process and everything he's assisting me and helping me do over here. And yeah, so I had to stop that video, and I don't like to put other people on the video, especially if they don't want to be on the video, or I would like to ask their permission before I actually put them on video. So all that's going to be edited out. I don't want any part of that. But so this morning, what we're doing. So I was working on my own recipe, and I'll show it on this camera. So I was working on this green color. Green gray. I was using cocoa, so there's some brown in there, and different greens, and a little, I think, 1 drop of black. I'm gonna play around with it some more, and I'm gonna put some flake in there, and hopefully I'll be able to make this urchin here look pretty good. Jason came over. The color almost perfectly matched his shirt, which was funny. But yeah, we were doing that, and then as they were getting some stuff, I wanted to give them some robo worms, so I said, hey, I'm going to shoot this color for you. In 1 second, I'm going to check this real quick. Get this turned off and gassed out. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to do my own rendition of what is that? Purple shad, the electric shad. So that's what that color was. I was going for a little darker, and somehow I came up with it almost like a olive drab. I came up with that color, so didn't work. I really want a darker top that goes green and then goes into this electric shad in the bottom. I think that would really match some Pacific Northwest bait fish. But I came up with this electric shad color, and the way I did that is we made it really light at first. I had 10 drops of black in here, and then I added 5 more, so we're at 15 of the Lure Works black. And we've seen already those 2 different worms, so I'm gonna add 3 more drops of that. Hopefully this camera is picking it up, since that one's probably not, but my phone probably is. I'm trying to do this dual so I can switch through. And what I want to do is I got this tracer shad, 4-inch tracer shad, warming up on the hot plate. And then I'm also going to shoot the sweet gums. So yeah, yesterday's video, what I noticed was if I bend this phone down to look at this, and then I would start talking and interacting with the camera, but the camera was face down, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to pick it up. So I'm going to try this dual thing, and what I may end up doing is, because I don't like to use my phone, I have another camera that I had gotten. I'm just not, I don't really like it. So yeah, I may end up having to get another camera just to have this vertical view down into this area. So we will see. I don't know. It just depends on... Ooh, there's still stuff in there. It depends on how much I'm really liking it, using the dual camera. I mean, it would be a lot better if I could just remember to do that. So, all right, enough of that. Let's talk about this. So, right now we are at 18 drops of Lure Works Black, and I am using 8-bit electric shad, the SS 301. And let me tell you, we started with a quarter in a full cup, and then it was kind of clumping, and it was larger. So I started to break it up, and then I did another quarter cup after I had broken it up a little bit, put it in there, and it's amazing. It looks amazing. The other thing that I put in there, because I kind of wanted that purple, I wanted more, almost like if I had smaller, and I may go on 8-bit baits and go see if I can get smaller electric shad than the siren scales, right? The siren scales are they're large and small and they're mixed up. But man, I wish I had something like this, but in a smaller flake. And I'm sure it's out there, and Bait Chuckin' may have it. So I will have to do that. But until then, what I did is I was on Amazon looking for different stuff, and I have like just tons of stuff because I like to play around and try different things. But this chameleon mica powder that I got on Amazon, this color right here, kind of gave that purple glow that I wanted. And this was in there, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 8-pack of chameleon mica powder. And this one's got, so it's like, it says mauve, red, orange, yellow. So I don't know what any of that means, but I do know that it created a beautiful tint on these, which this phone should be picking up. And as I'm talking so much, this cooled down. So let me stick this in for 20 seconds. But I wanted to show. So that's what that is. And then obviously LureWorks Black 103. And again, Electric Shad, Siren Scales. This is from 8-Bit Baits. So with his beautiful sticker on top. All right, so let's shoot this so we can all see what it looks like. And I know this is the sound everybody loves to hear. So yeah, that degassing it. And yeah, I don't know. There's still some bubbles coming up. I don't know what's going on here. I'll try my best not to get all those. And this is going to be fun. The mold's hot, so of course I put a glove on. I reach over with a bare hand and get it. But I mean, it's not super hot. I think I have the hot plate set to 200. All right, so the very fast shot inside those sweet gums is the best way to do it. Just pop it in there. I've only had, I think, one time where, you know, I did a pop or whatever, and I think like one tentacle only went halfway. Before I was putting it on, pushing it down, applying some pressure for about a 2 count, and then moving it, and I was having a lot of flashing. So I watched somebody, and my apologies, I can't remember who it was. You know, it could be anybody. I watch a lot of different people. They put on there that, and I think it was Chris. He said the best way to do it is just pop it really fast, and then don't hold it on there. Don't try to go and backfill these. And since I started doing it that way, those things shoot perfect. I haven't had, like I said, I've only had the one issue where one tentacle only went about halfway. And to me, I'm like, okay, if I've shot this thing, I don't know, 50 times, and I've had one, yeah, I'm good with those stats. I am absolutely happy with those numbers. All right. So, on foam, we're going to move these first. Get this put away. Put that away. And put that away. If you guys have not, if you guys have started to do like what I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and move this so I can show it. Obviously, I'm not endorsed by anybody, but that Friend Craft, these things are phenomenal. Saved me so much room. The only issue is that when I got the starter pack of these, right, they came in little bags, so I put them in these little Tupperware things, or you get them from Walmart. These don't fit, but I mean, okay, so what? I mean, they fit on the big one, sorta, but not fully. But all these, awesome, all the coloring. Then I have just some I almost said Harbor Freight, Hobby Lobby. Those glitters up there, works on that. These are from Michaels. I have this down here. These are the bigger shelves. As I get more of this glitter, I will fill all this in. It's kind of why I bought 3, because then I can go to the wife and be like, oh, I need more. And then those are from Hobby Lobby as well. These are 8-bit baits, and I got Siren Scale 8-bit baits up top there. These are a couple different things I got off of Amazon. But those shelves, awesome. And packaging was superb. I mean, they laid flat. They were individually wrapped in plastic. Then they had bubble wrap. I mean, I could not ask for better packaging. It was great. So I think it is better to edit my videos. That's where I was at. Sorry, we went from the friend stuff, and then I had some stuff I had to edit out because as I went to go put the camera back, catastrophe, the leg, the little mount that I had it sitting on had moved. Yeah, it was just bad. So anyways, edited that all out, and then I ended up talking about it anyway. But I didn't want to show you the video of the camera crashing. But I will say, absolutely worth it. The packaging, superb. They were plastic wrapped, then they were bubble wrapped. The instructions were so easy to follow. They went together like a dream. I actually made a mistake on one where she has one piece that has her brand logo, which is like a dragon. And I put it on the wrong area. Like, I'd brought it down one shelf, and I wanted all mine on the top, because you could put it anywhere in there that you want. So I had one, and so I had to take it apart and then put it back together, and nothing broke, everything went back together fine. I've had no issues. The only issue I will say with those, the only issue, and it's not an issue, is they are laser cut. So you get the black soot on the outside of the wood. Well, I was just happy and, going to town, putting these things together, not realizing I had this black soot on my hands. And it was warm that day in the Pacific Northwest, and I was doing this number or whatever. I go to answer my door, someone comes over, and I've got black soot marks all over my face. And I could see the girl, it was I had a sign for package, and I could see the girl just like looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Why do you have black stuff all over your face? And I just asked her, is something wrong? She said, sir, do you know you have stuff all over your face? I'm like, what? So I go inside, look in the mirror, and I had that black stuff everywhere. So kind of comical, not really a complaint, but yeah. And somebody's coming out the door. All right, let's see how these look. This is the electric shad. That's how easy it is to demold those, by the way. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, it's all this extra time, taking it apart and doing all this. Okay, sure. But I have a little system. I flip it right over, and then I can get it right back on, lined up. It's not really a lot of extra time. I saw a lot of comments on there, and they're like, yeah, those sweet gums, it's extra time to do all this stuff. It's really not. I mean, and they fish amazing. The other part is people are talking about this hole, and sometimes it's worse than others. It just depends on how you pulled your plastic out of there. don't normally do what I did. I've learned that if you just pluck that plastic out like that, you end up with this pockmark. I'll show you on this next one. If you do it, so, and I think that's why I do it, is because when I see all that, I just want to grab it and rip it off. But if you don't do that, and if you just go like that, look at how much smaller that is, right? So what I do is I just take that off, run my finger around there, and I just flip it right over. That allows me to then pick this up, peel that off. At the same time, my finger is going around there, and I've pulled it right out. You guys probably heard that going off. So we've seen a couple of those. What I need to do is I edited it out. This I did not realize was not sealed all the way. So when I just shot this, I had a lot of flashing. I didn't realize the back end of that was not sealed. So I am going to shoot this again. Push that in, hold a little pressure, and then let that drizzle over. And that should be good. And that's very hot. I had that nice and hot. So, all right. And let me unplug this hot plate, set this over there. But I love these things. I don't understand all the grief and complain about them. I'm not sponsored by these guys. I do buy quite a few things from them, but I'm not sponsored by them. I'm happy for their business, and you know, good job on making those. I'm happy for you. But I just don't understand all the complaints. Anyways, so here's the tracer shad, which was, there we go. Had a bunch of flashing last time. And I really wanted to shoot this because it's going to show off the color that I did better. So was it Adam from SDG? The peel to reveal. Oh, and there's some flashing on that one too. Yeah, when you're shooting that plastic, it's all super hot. Yeah, you can get some flashing out here. I can just take the heat gun to it, and I only have one of them that has it. But I can take the heat gun to it, and it works just fine in cleaning those up. Not as bad as the first time I did it, where the whole thing was just covered. Yeah. But that, a nice smoke color. You can kind of see through it here, kind of see through it in the tail, but this is nice and solid. And I could have shot a dual color, right, and then made this clear, and I may do that with this color because I like this color. So I may do this electric shad. This is the top color, and I may do a traditional clear on that. Because, yeah, I don't know if the camera, like every bait maker is always like, I don't know if the camera's picking this up. It's just because you're using such fine mica powder inside there. The siren scales stand out. They're large. They stand out. But man, that mica powder that's running through there, and it's purples and blues. I mean, it is just awesome color. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but I really like it. All right, so more of these little urchin things with a new color. I'm gonna have to have John or Jason go fish these, and added Ron to the list. Ron's a good bass fisherman, and I may have him take these out. And he posted some great pictures yesterday of actually my urchins in the fish's mouth, and I'm very appreciative of that, because it's cool. Like, I go to saltwater a lot and I fish my stuff in saltwater, but I'm not really a big freshwater fisherman. My friends have gotten me into making freshwater baits. So I don't really get to go and throw these around in freshwater and catch bass and crappie like I'd like to. I may get out a couple times this year, but it's salmon season right around the corner, and people are already catching salmon. I'm going to get out and go salmon fishing. So it's cool to see guys actually putting these to work out in fresh water and doing well. And I mean, these things have taken over, East Coast. They've had them for a while, since the Carolina tournament, and everyone's been fishing them, and they got these going on. But over on the West Coast, it's kind of taken a while to get over here. But now everybody wants these. Like, everybody is like, hey, do you make these? I had a guy come in, and I probably had 20 bags hanging there. He took all 20, and I sell mine way cheaper than most everybody else. So yeah, these things are getting it done over here on the West Coast too. So with that, okay, yeah. So I don't think this camera was on the entire time. I just went through an entire video making electric shad, talking, telling my stories. Had this camera pointed down so you could see everything. I had my other camera over here pointed at me. I don't know if any of this is going to turn out, because I was showing off all the baits on this phone, and when I just turned it around after I did my closeout, I went, oh my gosh, I've been talking this whole time and that camera hasn't been on. To be so bad, that camera, the SD card, was full. It turned off. I turned this camera up to talk to it, to do my outtake and tell my little story there. And that's when I noticed that camera wasn't on. So I have no idea if it recorded anything. That one ran out of SD card room. In that, I was talking about some of the issues that YouTubers have, and well, there you go. There's a big one. If both your cameras, one, the operator didn't turn that one on, two, that SD, you went so long because you started to shoot, you paused, then you started to shoot again, and someone came over and you paused, and then in the middle of shooting, your family comes out and mailman comes up and you pause. It makes it long, and that's a smaller card. I think it's only like 64 gigs. Shooting at 4K, done. Forget to turn this one on, done. What a day. It's been a day already, and I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. Hey, just so you know, I made a beautiful electric shad color. I'm going to show it here just so maybe I can save some part of this. I don't know. I actually mixed it on camera, showed everything on camera. Yeah, great. That's Dream. We're out.